everybody, how we doing? Good to be back with you again for another video here on MR Academy. And tonight, or today, this morning, whenever you're watching this, we are going to be discussing double bar graphs. We just got done talking about median, mode, and outliers a couple videos ago. And then we kind of used some of that information to talk about line plots in the last video. In this video, we're going to be discussing double bar graphs. Now, we talked about bar graphs in the past, and we're kind of in the midst of doing some videos talking about data, statistics, analysis of that data, okay, looking at data, trying to figure out what numbers are telling us, okay? We're going to be doing that same thing here. And just like any regular bar graph, just to review, we have, just a pictorial way, okay, to show in a picture a set of data. Okay, it's going to show you some numbers, it's going to show you information in a picture. So that's a regular bar graph right there. Okay. On the top, we got our title, tells us what our graph is about. We got favorite vacation spots. And then going up and down on the y-axis, okay, up along the side, that tells us the number of people that chose that vacation spot. Okay. And then across the bottom, it tells us the vacation spots that they chose that they could pick from, whatever the case may be. So they said Hawaii, Greece, Florida, France, Australia. And the bar goes up as far as the number of people that chose that spot. Okay, so we go by twos. We counted by twos along the side. Hawaii, we just follow that bar up to 12. Okay, so we know 12 people chose Hawaii. Greece follows up to halfway between 4 and 6, which tells me 5 people chose Greece. And you can see the same thing for Florida, France, Australia. We had 19 for Florida, 3 for France, and 5 for Australia as well. But what's different now? We're going to be talking double bar graphs, which is the same thing as a bar graph. It does the same thing. It takes numbers, takes data, and it gives us, a picture to kind of display that. Okay? Because human beings, we like to see pictures. Okay? We like to be able to see things in a picture way, not just looking at numbers on a piece of paper. Okay? We like to see pictures. Now, numbers make sense for people. Pictures make sense for people, but the way that we are hardwired as humans, we like to look at pictures. It helps us understand things better. It helps everybody soak in information better. Just kind of depends on to what level. Some people like pictures better. Some people like looking at numbers, but pictures help us all in some way, shape, or form. So we're doing the same thing with a double bar graph. We're going to take that same information that we had over here. We're going to get more information about it. That's what a double bar graph does. It takes the same data and it gives us more detailed information. Okay, so we had our favorite vacation spots here. Number of people, name of the place. Well, what you notice is that we have 2 bars for each one of these vacation destinations on this double bar graph. And we have those 2 bars that are differently colored. Okay, or they have a different pattern to them. Okay? So you see, favorite vacation spots, that's the same. Number of people is the same. Vacation destinations on the bottom are the same. But we have the 2 bars. One is solid black and one has stripes. Very important that you notice we have a key down here that tells us what each one of those bars stands for, what the color stands for. The black bar is for the boys, the choices that the boys made. Okay, how many boys chose Hawaii versus the stripy bar, which is how many girls chose Hawaii. Okay, so it takes that same information we had over here. Okay, it tells us that we had 12 people that chose Hawaii. Over here, it gives us a more detailed breakdown of that 12. It tells me, okay, 7 boys chose Hawaii and 5 girls chose Hawaii. 7 plus 5 is 12. Gives us the same number that we had over here. It just tells me more information about that bar. Same with Greece. We have 2 boys that chose Greece, 3 girls that chose Greece. Does that add up to the 5 we had over here? It certainly does. Same thing for Florida, France, and Australia. Okay. So really, those 2 bars add up to the same thing that we have over here. It's just giving me more information about that 1 bar that we had before. It tells me how many boys, how many girls. It's not always going to be that. It could be different things. Okay, those 2 bars could be 2 completely separate things. Okay, it does not have to be just boys and girls. It could be other labels that you want to use. But you have to look at the key that's going to tell you what those bars are going to stand for, what the different colors, the different patterns that those bars have are going to stand for. So, like I said, The bar graph on the left shows favorite vacation spots for a certain group of students, but the double bar graph shows that same information, just breaking it down into boys and girls for each location. Okay. So let's interpret these graphs. Number one, what is the favorite vacation spot? We could look at either graph. Doesn't really make any difference, but it's not asking about boys versus girls. It's just asking which one's the favorite. Probably easier just to look at the regular bar graph, on the left side to start with. So, favorite vacation spot? Well, the one with the biggest bar is Florida. Florida, we follow that bar up, tells me 19 people chose Florida as their favorite vacation spot. So, we're going to put that down here. Florida. And we'll break that apart with a semicolon there. And 19 students chose that. 19 chose Florida. Number two, did more people choose France, Hawaii, or Greece as their favorite vacation spot? Well, which bar is taller? France had 3, Hawaii ended up with 12, Greece had 5. So which bar is highest? Hawaii. 12 people chose Hawaii as their favorite vacation destination. So Hawaii is the choice there. Number 3, how many more boys than girls chose Hawaii as their favorite vacation spot? And this is where those two bars really help you learn and find out more about the information and the data that you were given. So how many more boys than girls chose Hawaii? Well, here's our Hawaii bar right up here. There you can see it. That's Hawaii right there. Boys, we had 7 boys and we had 5 girls. So how many more boys than girls? Well, looks like 2 more boys than girls chose Hawaii. So we can put 2 in there. And number 4, which vacation spot shows the greatest difference between boys and girls? So how do we tell the difference? How do we tell which one has the biggest difference? Well, looking at these bars, we need to look for the biggest spread. Okay, which one of these 5 vacation spots looks like it has the biggest gap between the top of the boy bar and the top of the girl bar? Looks like right here, Hawaii, we have a 2-person gap. Greece, we only have a 1-person gap, 2 to 3. Florida, we have a 1-person gap, 9 to 10. France, we have a 1-person gap, 1 to 2. And Australia, we have a 1-person gap, 3 to 2. So the one that had the biggest gap, that showed the greatest difference between boys and girls, right there at Hawaii. Only 2, but that was the biggest out of all 5 of the vacation spots. Yeah. So that is how we look at and interpret those types of graphs. Yes, there's more information that you can gather from both of these graphs. This is just a very brief introduction to what these are. But just in case you see one of these, that is what a double bar graph does. It just takes what the regular bar graph gives us, taking that data, giving it to us in a picture, just breaks it down more, gives us more detailed information about what this bar graph is showing us over here. So don't be scared if you see that. That's all it is anytime you see a double bar graph. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to be notified of future videos, do hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and you will be notified of any future videos. I am on a string of videos I'm working on right now. A couple more data videos, and then we'll be getting into some other stuff as time goes on. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your whenever you're watching this, morning, afternoon, evening, and I hope you have a great rest of your whatever it is. Until next time, I hope everyone will take care.